What is good? Sorry, I'm a little bit late, you guys. Let me just make sure my sound is good for tonight's show. Let me make sure everything's Gucci on my end. Excuse me for being a little bit late tonight. I was just getting everything situated for the show. You know what I'm saying?
Everything's Gucci on my end. Excuse me
All
for
right,
being.
we're good. We're good. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. We got a hell of a show tonight. Let me see what's going on here. Get everything situated for tonight's show. Appreciate y'all for tapping in last night. Everybody that's been checking out the exclusive with 10 Toes Down from the other night. Major live video, man. I definitely appreciate all the engagement on the show. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for tapping in, submitting questions, or just, watching the live interview. It was a little something different. Tonight we got a couple different things to speak on, y'all. What up, Rez? Appreciate everybody for sharing this video, hitting that like button as you tap in. Jim Jones, Wack 100 Part 3, I guess you could say. Jim Jones, Wack 100 Part 3. You guys, we're talking about it tonight. I'm back on the runts. Back on the runts tonight, you guys. Rez, what's up, man? Appreciate you for tapping in, G's. Got my drink. Damn it. Something happened to my Henny, but I got a little Red Bull on deck. What is going on, everybody? Everybody ready for tonight's live video? Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to go in? Y'all ready to go in on this exclusive tonight? Everybody hit that share button when you tap in. Make sure you hit that like button when you tap in. Also, let me know what city and state you're coming from tonight. If you're watching this on demand, make sure you put that in the description. You heard? Make sure you put that in the description if you're watching this on demand. But if you're here with us live, make sure you put it in the chat. Everybody interact in the chat, man. We got the most interactive channel on YouTube. What's up? What's up, Danny? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute on the tap in. See this real quick. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, sharing this video. We got a dope live video tonight. Wack 100 going in on Jim Jones once again. They were all on the 100 show Clubhouse going in on him. Also 50 Cent, Show the Massacre, named after his second album, I guess. Major salute to everybody for tapping in tonight. Hope y'all are smoking good. Let me see, 1 second. Let me just get everything situated on my end. What is going on? E16 TV is in the building. We got, I can't pronounce it, but we got Florida in the building tonight. Okay. Major salute everybody for tapping in. Have you guys heard about the new 50 Cent show? I guess we should really get off starting talking about the 50 Cent show, you guys. Actually, two new shows from 50 in development that actually it seems like it's a part of a new series that 50 is creating. So the show was actually going to be called, let me see, the show A Moment in Time. As we all know, they were developing A Moment in Time with Snoop Dogg, which was going to depict a certain portion of his career. A certain portion of his career was going to be depicted, you know what I'm saying, in this actual show, whether it was a 10-part series or an 8-part series, however many episodes, it was going to depict a certain point of, Snoop Dogg's career, not the whole thing, not how he joined Death Row, not how, he left Death Row, but it was actually going to be something right smack dab in the middle. It was actually going to be the murder was the case. You know what I mean? It was going to be a series depicting those events in Snoop Dogg's life. Now, 50 Cent actually was developing another show for himself. 50 Cent was actually developing another show for himself that he was going to call The Massacre, you guys. An actual show called The Massacre that would examine his feud with the game. Crazy right there, because I think a lot of people would be interested in seeing that. A lot of people would actually be interested in seeing that, a show that actually took place in the middle of the rivalry between 50 Cent and the game. And we all know that rivalry started pretty quick into the game's career within G Unit. Game literally dropped the, you know what I mean? The game literally dropped the documentary album. 50 had to push back the St. Valentine's Day Massacre album, even had to change the album title. So we got a couple topics on deck tonight, you guys. We got a couple topics on deck. But one question I did want to ask in the chat is what show would have been better, but we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll put up a poll and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to a little bit more discussion about 50's show, The Massacre. We're definitely going to be talking about this whole. I've actually took a little bit of notes on the conversation with Jim Jones and Mel Matrix as well. That Wack 100 examined on his show today. You know what I'm saying? That Wack 100 actually examined on his show. Danny, okay, I didn't know if you were talking about the 50 Cent show. Danny Gray says 50 is trying to compensate for the flop of an album, The Massacre. What up, Chase? Appreciate you for tuning in tonight, bro. The flop of the album, The Massacre. Honestly, man, when I'm looking at this situation, with The Massacre, I do remember how 50 Cent at a point in time in his career, 50 said that they were like, "What do you get after Get Rich or Die Trying?" I believe it was something along those lines. They were like, "What do you get after Get Rich or Die Trying?" It's The Massacre. You know what I'm saying? Because after 50 took everything over with Get Rich or Die Trying, it was literally his time to massacre everything in sight, which is pretty much what he did. 50 didn't work with anybody outside of his camp. You know what I'm saying? 50 really never worked with anybody outside of his camp back in the day, and he kind of made an example out of that. As you saw, not many of the other G Unit guys worked with people either, aside from, your Snoop Dogs, your Nate Dogs, you know what I mean? All of these dudes that were in the core Interscope camp who we saw work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Chase Moolah says the Massacre was fire, though. Yeah, dope album. Sold a lot of units. I really wasn't that big actually on the single Candy Shop, to be 100% honest with you. Rosewood, what's good, my guy? I see you got a lot of shows popping and shit. What's popping with you, Bama? If the game don't get away from Wack 100, it ain't going to be good for him. Yeah, Bam, it's kind of crazy. Everyone is saying that the game's album sales, the Drillmatic album sales may be affected You know what I mean? They're saying that they may be affected by the antics of Wack 100. Major salute, Bama. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute for you tapping in tonight, man. Appreciate that, man. That's love. Major salute on the super sticker. Let me check it out. Oh, I got the 100 super sticker. Major salute. Major salute. Oh, shit. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that super sticker, especially the 100 in it. Everybody share this video. Yo, Rez, what album was that, bro? Rez says, I disagree. I wasn't really digging that album. Which album was that again, bro? My bad. My bad on that. It's hilarious. Game stuck with Wack, Rosewood said. Might be stuck with Wack. You know, at a couple weeks ago, I was thinking these are some of the best promo tips that, you know, Wack was given to the game. You know, he was actually getting the game's name out there, you know, to a bigger degree. Hold on one second. You weren't really digging the Massacre album? Appreciate everybody sharing this video, man. Positive Mindset says no rapper had a better debut album than 50. It was just legendary. Excuse me, you guys. Make sure you share this video. There we go. Heavily situated. Okay. Okay, we got somebody calling you out. Heavily Situated is calling you out on the best debut album. Heavily Situated says Snoop had the better debut album. So you know what we do when we get something like this? When there's a bit of a dilemma, you guys, when there's a bit of a dilemma, we take it to the poll. I want to know who had the better debut album. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, or 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying? This is going to be a good poll right here. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Vote in the poll right now. Want to know what everybody thinks in the poll? Hit that poll right now, you guys. E16, I think E16 says, I didn't know Game was putting out an album until you said it. That means Wack must be doing his job. I think you meant to say that means Wack must not be doing his job. 50 Cent Massacre. 50's Massacre was my third. Like I said the other night, I really believe 50's albums pretty much go in the order of their release as far as good to bad. But yo, we got to talk about it, man. You know, Wack 100 made some shocking claims about Jim Jones. 50 Cent is pushing back his show on the Game Beef. Crazy, you guys. An actual show on 50 Cent's beef with the Game. Rosewood says Snoop's album over 50's album. Capital third letter C's in the building. Major salute to you, bro. Appreciate you for tapping in. Smoking on a little runts tonight, just getting the show started. Danny Gray said, I got to go with Snoop. That's my era. So it's all goes off of your age in this poll. That's 100% facts, bro. I've seen a lot of people actually say, I got to go 50 Cent's album. You know what I mean? I got to go 50's album, Get Rich or Die Trying, because of the fact that was my age demographic. That was what was out when I was young and when I was actually buying music. Major salute, Uprise in the building tonight. Major salute. Pretty good, man. We got some shit to talk about, man. Like I said, it's round 3. Round 3, you guys. Round 3 in this situation with Jim Jones and Wack 100. A few nights ago, or maybe it was the other night. No, it's a couple nights ago, because last night we had 10 Toes Down on the show. Jim Jones had made some comments about Wack, stood up to Wack, you know what I mean? Kind of put Wack in his place, and he did a little bit of that on the Angie Martinez show as well. But of course, he didn't mention Wack 100 by name, because he didn't want to give him any shine. You know how dudes from our generation do. We don't really want to give you any extra shine. You know what I'm saying? If you get your shine on the Clubhouse, you know what I mean? Get that shine on the Clubhouse, because you're not necessarily going to get it over here. When Jim Jones is going on all these major platforms, he's not going to say Wack 100, Wack 100, Wack 1. He's not going to say it all the time. Like Bobby Shmurda, he was on, he blessed Adam 22. He did an interview with Adam 22. You know what I'm saying? And Adam 22 actually brought up Wack 100. Bobby didn't really want to talk about him. Bobby said, I just signed $1 million deal. What makes you think I want to talk about Wack 100? Not every major star wants to talk about Wack. I think EFN had brought up a celebrity boxing match. Celebrity boxing, he said, if you have so much of an issue against Meek, how about you go against him in celebrity boxing? And we haven't heard Meek Mill say a damn word about that. He's not going to feed into the BS. I respect that shit. Yo, what's going on? Appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody in here, be sure to share that video. Be sure to share this video. Excuse me. We got some shit to talk about tonight. As soon as we get 100 people in here, we're going to get started on everything. Really, I was just speaking about the 50 Cent show that he's pushed back because 50 doesn't want to do his show on Starz anymore. I had seen him call out Liongate Films. Now, as I said, that's Liongate Films, y'all. So I don't really know what they could offer 50 Cent in relation to playing his material. You know what I mean? Now, another major branch, another major outlet, you guys, is Hulu. As y'all know, Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians show moved from the E! Network over to Hulu. The Hulu actually, was it Hulu that streamed? Was it actually Hulu that streamed the Kanye West and Drake thing? Or had they done they had done one of the verses? Hulu is making major advancements in the game, is all I'm trying to say, y'all. Jason Waters, appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Everybody share this video. We're going to get started in just a minute. Everybody share this video. We're going to get started when we get 100 people in the live. Boogie down, boogie down. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Share this video if you mess with the channel. Let me take a look at what's going on in the poll. I asked you all who had the hottest debut album between 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg, y'all. And right now, it's actually, we got 37 votes. So that means we can get about 50 more votes in there, y'all. Vote in the poll right now. It looks like Snoop Dogg is leading, not by much. It's 51%. 51% to 49%, actually, you guys. So vote in the poll right now if you guys want to make a difference. Bobby Digital says Hulu and Pluto TV are looking for exclusive and premium content to outdo Netflix and the major networks. Yeah, man. And plus, I think these networks, like a Netflix per se, you know what I'm saying? I think a Netflix or even an HBO, an HBO Max, whatever it is nowadays, I think these will offer more streaming opportunities. But when you're looking at an actual channel, you're looking at a whole different variety. Like 50 had his show For Life actually on the ABC network, right? It was on the ABC channel. 50 actually had a show on BET called This is 50 Central. Share this video, everybody tapped in. We're about to get into some shocking claims made by Wack 100 on his show, but we're also talking about 50 Cent in the game tonight. Apparently, 50 Cent is going to develop a whole show around the game and his beef. And it's the same thing that they were doing with Snoop Dogg, you guys. It's legitimately the same thing because the Moment in Time series, it's a moment in time, and 50's is going to be called The Massacre. Snoop Dogg's was going to be called Murder Was the Case, based on that point in Snoop's life when his bodyguard had to defend him, right? So 50's joint, A Moment in Time, is going to be based on the beef with the game. So that's why I want to ask a poll. You guys. I want to know, everybody in here, which of those shows would you rather see? That's what I'm going to ask in the poll that I'm putting up right now. Which show would you rather watch? Would you rather watch Snoop Dogg Murder Was the Case show, A Moment in Time, or would you rather watch A Moment in Time, The Massacre? Now, 50 show was going to depict his whole beef with the game, which is kind of interesting because of where Get Rich or Die Trying ended out. I really don't think that we got enough of an ending at Get Rich or Die Trying for them to pick up in 2005 when the game had signed over to G Unit, or 2003-ish when the game had signed over to G Unit, unless they lightly brushed through all the success of Get Rich or Die Trying. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to vote. I want everybody to vote right now in the poll. Which show would you rather see? Would you have rather seen the Murder Was the Case show? Everything depicted the events of Snoop Dogg's career, a event in Snoop Dogg's life that could have legitimately ended his career. We had just heard Suge Knight speaking on that a few months back. Suge Knight was actually speaking on putting up as much as $5 million for the legal defense of Snoop Dogg. We heard some other things, you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it on my show. We talk about all the facts that we hear. You know what I'm saying? All the incidents that we hear about, the shit that goes on behind the scenes that we didn't really know about. Suge Knight brought up the fact that Dr. Dre was supposed to be a character witness for Snoop. Dr. Dre apparently did not take the stand for his homie Snoop Dogg. A lot of us watching this, everybody, you know what I mean, who has known Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and watched their careers play out, you probably would have assumed that Dr. Dre would have given Snoop Dogg, the shirt off of his back. You know what I mean? You would have assumed that Dr. Dre would have been there as a excellent character witness to tell them about how Snoop Dogg has made excellent strides in his career. But then you got to look at the flip side of it. You know what I mean? Dr. Dre, he had a whole lot of different issues growing up. You know what I mean? From baby mama issues to, you know what I mean, to issues where, he got kicked out of his mom's house. She didn't believe in his dream. Dr. Dre didn't really know if his dream was going to become a reality. You know what I'm saying? So he really didn't want to get caught up in other situations. I gotta say that I feel him in that shit. Dr. Dre did not know at that point if everything was just gonna work out and be peaches and cream, and he was gonna go on to sign Eminem, and he was gonna do 50 a week as Dre would famously rap about in the future, man. But everybody vote in the poll right now. I've got a poll up because Snoop Dogg's show, A Moment in Time, Murder Was the Case, has actually been taken off of Starz. I guess Starz is saying they're not doing it. 50 Cent is saying that he wants his show because 50 had another show in development, A Moment in Time, The Massacre, depicting his beef with the game, you guys. So two great show ideas right within all the realm of hip hop. And now 50 wants to take these shows elsewhere. I got to say, I was a fan of the way that they produced BMF. I haven't so much been involved in the Power episodes. 50 says he has several episodes in the can, but also he said that he wasn't feeling we're going to get into it in specifics because he put out a lot of tweets and shit like that, Instagram posts, but he wasn't really feeling something about the Force series. You know what I mean? Sometimes people will get held up when it comes to putting out the budgets for these shows. I mean, another show that I was really in tune with, y'all probably know because I interviewed the guy who was actually in the movie, Easy the Block Captain, was Bel Air. That show was actually put on the Peacock network. So there's a lot of different streaming services that 50 could get in tune with it. Well, we're actually talking about the topic, man. We're actually talking about the massacre topic right now. Snoop Dogg, the game made 50 Cent look, huh? I don't really understand that comment, bro. My bad for bringing that up. Jason Waters says, I remember Snoop Dogg did a movie called Murder Was the Case. He actually had a album out as well. Y'all are funny as hell in the chat. My guy Do says, I picked The Massacre. It's way more interesting and unknown. That would make me 6-0. I won the last one too. What one did you win on this one, bro? Because The Massacre's winning. The Massacre is actually up right now. Vote in the poll if you guys haven't. Vote in the poll if you haven't, you guys. Which show would you rather see? The 50 Cent show or the Snoop Dogg show? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I would have rather seen the Snoop Dogg show. I would have rather seen the Snoop Dogg show, to be 100% honest with you guys, just because of the way that the BMF show came off. You know what I mean? I like the way that they filmed that. I feel like the old school style, like when we're talking about the Snoop Dogg show, we're talking about something that took place in the early 90s. When we're talking about the 50 Cent and the game incident, that's something that happened in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? And plus, let's be honest, if we're talking about the timetable, 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying album, the Get Rich or Die Trying album or the movie from 50 Cent, it ended when he really just got going and he went up to perform. So we really haven't seen enough of that story told for him to just jump into the beef with the game. That doesn't really make sense to me show-wise. I'm going to need more from the 50 Cent story before we just leapfrog into the incident with, the game. But also with the Snoop Dogg situation, you see, we saw him introduced to Death Row. You know what I mean? We saw him introduced with Dr. Dre, and he had that little episode with Suge Knight where Suge was like, yo, who's this guy, man? Who's this guy? This, that, and the third. And then he was like, nah, he's good. This is music. And then they bonded naturally on that tip. You know what I mean? So we saw that level of Snoop. So to dive back into his story right there would be pretty natural. Now the whole thing with 50 just jumping into the game beef, I don't really agree with it. Blicky, you're gonna need to ask a question because you might have just tapped in and I've been elaborating. I elaborated the hell out of that. My brother Uprise right there. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. Major salute. Everybody hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Salute Rosewood. Capital third letter C. Why do a show about your issues with another rapper? It's only going to rekindle the nonsense. Capital third letter with a good note right there. You know, maybe it could make them see through the bullshit. See, you know what I mean? Maybe it could make them see through the bullshit. I mean, I don't know how much involvement Game would actually have in all of this. You know what I mean? I don't know how much involved. I doubt 50 really wants him. I doubt fit. Yeah, I figured you were Blicky. I figured, man. I was like, yo, he's trolling for me right now, man. Big up, big up, big up. What up? What up, King Jess? We got Cali in the building tonight. California in the building. Steven Rivera, my guy, is in the building tonight. Major salute to y'all. We got some crazy news. You know, Wack 100 was actually reading some transcripts, some wiretap transcripts today, some old news. You know what I mean? Old news, but Wack actually responding to some new shit. You know what I mean? New response for some old shit from Wack 100. Wack actually responded to an interview where he was kind of getting dissed. Well, not kind of. He got called a circus clown. He said when you see the information that comes from the guys in the circus. Let me go find that Jim Jones quote. He added, "Oh no, oh shit. Yeah, 50 did say I have 4 more episodes of Force." But yeah, we'll get into that into a second as well, man. Wow. Wow. We got some shit to talk about tonight, you guys. Wack 100 just don't stop. Wack 100 does not stop. I need everybody to share this video. Share this video right now. Let me take a look at the poll results. Which show would you rather watch? We got 36 votes. That means we can move about another 70 votes in there. So everybody vote right now. We got Louisville in here, Kentucky. Salute. What up? What up? What up? What up? Rich from the rack. Salute to the Chirac. Positive mindset. Mikey, what do you think about Yayo and Banks' new mixtape that is about to come out? Well, I had heard Banks is going to be releasing another solo project this summer. And then Tony Yayo just did an interview on Vlad where he said that he has a new project coming out. But I didn't hear anything about them having a joint project. I didn't hear anything about a joint project. So I really don't have much to say about that at this time. But in regard to both of the G Unit guys actually making new albums, that's pretty dope. Since we were talking about the Massacre show, I would have to imagine that Banks, Yayo, and Buck would all be depicted in the Massacre show. That would be telling about the beef between 50 and the Game. You would have to imagine they would all be depicted in that, whether brief roles or, you know what I mean? Whether they don't really get, the full like look in the show, or if they're just in the background, or if they do play a pivotal role. You know what I mean? If they depict Yayo actually going crazy on the Game, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. Yayo was always so outspoken back then. Rock Dunn, appreciate you for tapping in, and I'm glad you enjoyed that 10 Toes Down interview. The homie 10 Toes Down is crazy, man, and I really appreciate him coming and bringing a lot of that, positive energy on my show, also bringing that knowledge on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go. Everybody share this video. We're just getting started tonight. So let's get started with the Wack situation, since we briefly went over the whole 50 Cent show, The Massacre. Interesting title. Vote in the poll which show you would have been more interested in seeing, 50's Massacre or Snoop Dogg's The Case show. Which one would you have been more interested in seeing? Apparently, they're both from the same concept, a moment in time concept that 50's putting together. Buffalo. We got Buffalo in the building tonight. Major salute to Buffalo. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Let me see what's going on here. So Wack was back at it, you guys. Wack was back at it, of course, going in on Jim Jones on Clubhouse once again. Now, maybe he's trying to flip the narrative is what I was thinking, you guys. Maybe Wack is trying to flip the narrative of what's been going on by, going back in on Jim Jones. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like Wack 100 tried to flip the narrative a little bit on his Instagram when he decided to talk about that whole Megan the Stallion situation. Now we got him talking about Jim Jones. I kind of feel like Wack wants to show the general public that he can really tap in on any situation, meaning Wack means don't put him in a box. Don't just put Wack 100 in a box and think he can't address that's what he's going to be known for, addressing all topics. I mean, the guy said he would interview who was exposing Young Buck. That's got to tell you something right there. He interviewed 6ix9ine, so it's got to tell you something right there. He's like that guy Maury. You know what I mean? He's like that guy Maury from back in the day. He would interview anybody on his show. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's right, man. 10 Toes has dope content every single day, really. Rich, vote in the poll. Vote in the poll, you guys. Everybody vote in the poll. Vote in the poll, y'all. I'm just getting back into this. So, Wack said this on Clubhouse. He said, when they press play, they say, see this? This right here gets you that many years. So Wack was kind of acting as if he was in that room again. You know what I mean? Wack was kind of acting like he was them people. You know what I mean? Who get you in them rooms, like on the show, The First 48. You know what I mean? Wack has watched enough First 48 to apparently put on the whole impression of it. So Wack is like, when they press play, they say, see this? This right here gets you that many years. Gang enhancement, another 10 years. Or, and this is a very big or, you guys. This is the or that many people wait for. Even when they're sitting in there booked on a minor charge, they're always waiting for that or. Almost to the point where they'll be like, isn't there an or? There's an or coming, right? This is the part where you tell me or. Or you can cooperate. Let us know what it is. What's happening? You can't factor out that all these are dudes from the same group, and that's what messes it up. Wack 100 was going over a conversation that Mel Matrix had today with Shotti. Shotti had a conversation with Mel. Mel went on to have a conversation with Jim Jones. Very interesting conversation that I really had not heard in full. I heard a lot of it, must have skipped it off because I didn't hear the part where Mel was telling Jim Jones about going to TMZ. That's the part I didn't hear about. Apparently, TMZ wanted to interview Mel Matrix and Shotti and put them all there on the forefront. The record label behind the guys. The record label that made the hottest rapper in New York out of a rainbow-haired kid. If you've got a label that can make a celebrity out of a rainbow-haired kid who doesn't live anything about what he raps, then that is the premier record label. That is G Unit in 2003. You know, when they were like, oh, 50 Cent makes the best gangsta pop music. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they put G Unit on back then. That's what the box they put G Unit on, why they couldn't really live up to everything. King Jess, what we smoking on? What we smoking on? What's everybody smoking on? I got runts. I got the runts tonight. What you smoking over there, Rosewood? What you smoking, Iceberg? DC, what's popping? Free Fat Trell. Free my bro Fat Trell. That's my guy right there. Gave me an interview right after he signed the MMG. No BS. No BS like any, you know what I mean? Like other artists being, oh, I just signed to my label deal. Now the price, today's price ain't yesterday's price. None of that shit. Fat Trell gave me the real deal interview. You know what I mean? Right after he signed to Ross. Walked into nightclubs with Fat Trell and all that. But yeah, let's get back into this, man. No way. None of them had bars like G Unit. Well, who are you talking about, bro? Who are you talking about? No one had bars like G Unit. Like I'm not getting where that comparison came in, my brother. King Jess says she's on that OG Kush. Oh yeah, of course you are, Jess, because you're in Cali. Salute to Cali. Salute everybody doing it big in Cali. AirPod. Areopod. I didn't know what the hell that said. Northern Lights. Salute, bro. Oh shit. Ice, my man Rosewood's on that. War Report Gumbo by Capone. What up, Dev? What's popping? Would you appreciate you for tapping in? We got some shit going on. Oh yeah, man. There was only one artist in Treyway, bro. You know what I mean? There was only one artist in Treyway. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, no. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't really have any other artists that were at the forefront. You know what I mean? I know they did an interview on Hot 97, but please don't ask me to remember those artists' names. I know he had one chick that was signed to him that I would like to do an interview with, though, because she actually seemed like she had a story to tell. A couple other people he was affiliated with, I just can't remember their names off the top of my head. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Shotti got it popping when it came to record label shit, though. Like I said the other day, the only person that was hot under 6ix9ine was Shotti. You know what I mean? The only person that was hot under 6ix9ine was Shotti, which is a beautiful thing when you can make an artist that actually births somebody that is going to control a record label. You know what I mean? Think about that. 50 was putting out Banks, Yayo, Buck, Game. None of those artists went on to start their own record labels. 6ix9ine, instead of putting out an artist, he literally put on a executive. Shotti, dude was going to do his thing. Seiko Billy. Seiko Billy needs to come on the channel, man. Seiko Billy needs to come on the channel and stop playing that bullshit. You know what I mean? Talking about, oh, Mikey T, we do it for a check. I'm Mikey T, the movie star, man. I've interviewed Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. I don't need you on the show to give you a check, bro. I need you on the show to have real conversation. You know what I mean? Let's be 100% real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in this shit for like 15 years. When we're up on Shade 45, when we're on XM Radio, when we're on Barstool Sports, when we're on MTV, I'll still call these dudes up. So don't be trying to play games with Mikey T right now. I'm just being real. What up, Bag Life? Bag Life in the building. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Share this video. We're just getting started, man. So Wack went in, man. Wack went in. He said, when they press play, they say, see this? This right here, it gets you that many years. Gang enhancement, that's another 10 years. Now, or you can cooperate. Let us know what it is. What's happening? You can't factor out that these are all dudes from the same group. That's what messes it up. Now, Reek, Wack 100's co-host, came in and said, and Jim, all Jim has got to say is, I'm not active. All Jim has got to say is, I'm not active. Wack 100, he went off on Reek again. It's like, this is becoming a thing. You know what I mean? This is actually becoming a thing where And Wack needs to do it in a little bit more of a playful manner. You know what I mean? Because when you just say shit to your co-host like, yo, 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 that's out of your pay grade. That's disrespectful, man. Why are you going to say that type of shit to your co-host? But anyways, Wack said, that don't exist in the streets. I'm not active, and you not being active means, listen, the closest you come to not being active is you work for them. Wack said the closest that you come to not being active is that you work for them. I mean, sure. I mean, we've seen it play out like that in several films. You know what I mean? Where you think you're going to get out of the game, they never get out of the game. You never get out of the game. Oh, you thought you were going somewhere? You never get out of this. This was going to follow you forever. And it works in both scenarios. You know what I mean? It kind of works in the scenario if you're in the streets, and it works in the scenario if you are a rat. You know what I mean? It kind of works in both scenarios where it follows you. So Reek goes, all Jim has to say is, I'm not active. Wack went off. That don't exist in the streets. I'm not active, and you not being active means, listen, the closest you come to not being active is you work for them. Reek said, Wack, I sent you the transcript. This is how the beginning of the call begins. It's Jamel Jones, that's Mel Matrix. He says, what you doing? Damn. I don't even want to talk on the phone, homie. We got to meet up and talk. You know, this is kind of what somebody will say when somebody done went too far on the phone. You know what I mean? Or they'll throw in a bunch of allegedly. You know what I mean? They'll throw a bunch of them shits in there. You know what I'm saying? But especially with the situation. Now, at this point, it was Shotti on the phone with Shotti actually on the phone with Mel Matrix. Mel Matrix got a little bit of tight. We got to remember the chain of command here, though. You know what I mean? Some things it's like, yo, you should not be saying that to me on the phone. But Shotti was in a little bit of a different position, in my opinion, to where he was going to a whole different level. You know what I mean? Like he was taking off on his own. Black Boy says Buck has Cashville records. I guess that goes back to what I was talking about G Unit, or when we were talking about all the G Unit members. And everybody share this video, y'all. I guess that goes back to when we were talking about the G Unit members. None of those artists were really ever able to get their record labels off the ground. You know, I do believe 50 wanted to bless the game with Black Wall Street, aka G Unit West. I believe he wanted to give Young Buck G Unit South, Cashville Records. But both of those artists, game broke off very soon, and Young Buck really wasn't able to prove that he could sign any artist worth signing. I mean, at one point, Young Buck actually signed the Outlaws. You know what I mean? No disrespect to the Outlaws. You know what I mean? They put out a great album with Death Row that sold almost 500,000 copies in a week. But let's be honest, Buck signing the Outlaws at that point in time, it really didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Maybe some people could have took it in the same regard as 50 Cent signing Mobb Deep and MOP. I don't really feel the same way, though. You know what I mean? A lot of the artists that Buck had signed to Cashville, I remember like there was one named High C. He had another artist named Snoopy Blue. You know what I mean? A lot of these artists really weren't marketable. You know what I mean? At that point in time, maybe they would be more marketable right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, there were all types of people that were rapping like, there was people that were rapping like, say, like a Young Thug. You know what I mean? There were people that were rapping in quick voices like that on these older albums, and you wouldn't be so much interested in their verses. You would be more interested in the verses of the artists that you could hear, that they had a nice full voice. You know what I mean? You could understand the words that they were saying. But now it's changed, as we all know, man. Oh yeah, we did a couple lives on it, Rosewood. This is actually pretty much part 3, I'm thinking. So Wack said, "You talking about the dude who's locked up?" Said that. Reek replied, "Jamel Jones said that." Wack said, "Who forced the conversation?" Wack continues, "He's working for them. He got to make them talk. If you wasn't a rapper, everyone would see. Everyone would see it. But I'm starting to notice if you got the popularity, everyone acts like they don't know what's going on. If you've got the popularity, everybody acts like they don't know what's going on. That's what happens in a lot of situations, some that I would really rather not bring up, where somebody who is less than popular, who gets hit with those snitching claims, and then their career is absolutely over. Now, if you're in another position where you're already established, where you have shit already working for you, and you get hit with them claims, you might be all right. Some artists have actually, their numbers have been drastically affected. I'm not going to go into any names in particular. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do that when I get my own XM show. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need to be uncut tonight. I think last night we was uncut and raw and live enough. We've got enough here. You know what I mean? We've got enough here rather than Mikey T just blasting all of his opinions on all these different things. Yup. T.I. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Rosewood. I wasn't trying to call any names, man. I wasn't trying to call any names. I was trying to leave a little bit to the imagination so people could be like, oh shit, man, we need to get Mikey T this unrated show where Mikey T will just feel like he could talk everything that he actually wants to say. Because when I come onto this program, I do hold back to a certain extent because you got to be respectful. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to come up here and just be like, say, like one of these guys who just talks about every single situation that they've seen occur. Bobby. But it's all good, man. That's pretty much one of the guys that everybody knew. But T.I.'s sales were just drastically affected. You know what I mean? But he really had the TV show to fall back on. He had so many different endorsements to fall back on. He had film to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? So those allegations didn't affect him. Now, somebody else like I'm gonna chill. You know what I mean? Because you just can't be, you don't need to save it for another episode. Save it for another podcast. We got some shit to talk about here. Because Wack said it. It was a pretty interesting statement. He said, if you wasn't a rapper, everyone would see it. But I'm starting to notice if you got the popularity, everyone acts like they don't know what's going on. 6ix9ine time and time again tried to call out the CEO of Rock Nation and Meek Mill's affiliation to Rock Nation, this, that, and the third. And it's like, 6ix9ine, what are you, mad that you don't have a record deal with Rock Nation or something? Are you mad that they don't want to do a deal with you? Dude signed a $13 million deal after getting out of jail, and he's still mad. Makes absolutely no sense. But I guess 13 million really isn't that hard to burn through. You know what I mean? In some people's case. Yo, what up? Rich. Yeah, I was the first blogger to actually point that out. 6ix9ine streams going down. You know what I mean? No other blogger wanted to say it, but in reality, 6ix9ine's debut singles when he first got out of the can, Gooba, Trolls, Gooba did 39 million views in a single day. 24 hours, 39 million views. Then his next joint, Trolls with Nicki, 32 million views. Now let's fast forward. The joint Zaza, where he dissed Meek Mill, 10 million views in a day. The facts are out there. You guys. The facts are out there. People just want to ignore them. They want to. They're so hype. They're so hyped to be a part of 10 million views that they, you know what I mean? Even Hassan Campbell was saying, I helped 6ix9ine do 10 million views in a day? Well, just sort of like how Meek Mill apparently helped 6ix9ine do 10 million views in a day in Zaza. Personally, I think 6ix9ine would have done 10 million views with or without that Meek Mill controversy. I don't think he really needed that. You know what I mean? He's going to do 10 million views regardless. You know what I mean? He's dipped from nearly 40 million views in a single day. You know what I'm saying? 40 million views in a day. His single actually surpassed Eminem's. The Machine Gun Kelly diss that did the most views in a day, because that was probably one of the most anticipated disses in hip hop history, to actually see Eminem respond to Machine Gun Kelly. You know what I mean? And that's kind of got me thinking in regard to the game. You know what I mean? The game is definitely banking on Eminem responding and then doing a shitload of streams on YouTube. Like I just said, the most streams in one single day was done by the Eminem diss song against MGK. So if Eminem disses the game's algorithm is going to be going crazy, and it's going to add to his streams that week. It's very smart. It's actually very smart. It's very genius, especially if the game gets a record that he can put on his album, you guys. That's going to be the key. That is going to be the key to this, you guys. If the game can actually get a song on his album, if he's not doing the whole jacking for beat shit. Maybach King, appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you, Black Boy. Major salute on the tap in. My dude right there. This is my second day, bruh. I can F with you. Keep going. Yo, we're turning up this hip hop community, man. This YouTube community, really. Holler at me, Wallow. I heard y'all talking. Holler at me, Gilly. I heard y'all talking with Dave from Barstool. $1 million worth of game. Oh, man. And y'all got to know Gilly's daughter. Gilly's daughter has a smash. Let me get her IG up here real quick so everybody can go follow Gilly's daughter. Gilly actually just posted her music. I'm posting up Gilly's daughter's IG. I need y'all to go drop her a comment and listen to what Gilly actually just posted on his page about her. She has some dope music, man. They're on to $1 million worth of game entertainment. Salute to 37 Mac and Cheese as well, you guys. Major salute to those guys. I'm actually going to pin Gilly's daughter's IG up there, so everybody go follow her. Drop a comment on the new video as well. The shit's dope. I ain't even going to lie to you guys. I'm about to hit Gilly and tell him his daughter's shit is fire. Hold on. Let me find Gilly right now. Bro, your daughter's music is fire. That's what I said to Gilly. I'm like, Gilly, bro, your daughter's music is fire, like amazing, as all that music Wallow listened to. Because all that crazy, like pop music Wallow listens to? Gilly's daughter is on that vibe, y'all. She's the future, man. She's the future, and I'm calling that shit. She's the future right there, man. Please get your ass up out of this chat, bro. Get your ass up out of this chat, man. Ain't nobody want that negative energy in here. Mike Martin says, tell Gilly he ain't the best rapper in the house. Y'all need to share this video. Let's go. We'll get Gilly to pop in here tonight. Gilly's going to pop in playing that Instagram video, though. Man, salute to the king, man. Rock done. Major salute, Rock. Sorry, y'all. I had to take a moment to shout out Gilly's daughter. She is the future of this shit, man. I ain't even going to lie. I was about to hit Gilly earlier when I first seen the Instagram video. Like, yo, can I get that for the car? Can I get, because I be listening to, soft rock type shit like that. but also she had the hip hop fuse on some Post Malone shit. You know what I mean? That hip hop fuse, man. So yeah, they're on to something. That's where Post Malone won because of the fact that he really, had some soft rock capability. But coming into that genre of the soft rock, of the rock style music, you ain't gonna be able to just get naturally accepted in that. So that's why when he came with White Iverson, you know what I mean? And he just came so smooth. You know what I mean? It just was picked up by all the clubs. It was a natural acceptance to start getting his name out there. You ain't going to just go and get your rock music, start playing at all the clubs like that. I mean, look what happened with Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly legitimately had to start a rap career just so he could get the recognition in order to start a soft rock career. Just being real. Just being real. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. So Reek said, "Hey, bro, you know it's all bad." Oh, hold on one second. What's up? So Reek said, "Hey, bro, you know it's all bad when you talking." And I say, "Hey, Wack, we should talk about it in person." And you continue talking. Wack is like, "You know something is weird. And this is why I trip off of these fake gangsters. Because they call themselves gangsters, but they got to tuck their tail to what they know is wrong to another who was not a gangster because he got the bag. Where I come from, a gangster would have took his bag and made him do what he was supposed to do." And yeah, I mean, that's really where I come from as well. That's really where a lot of us come from. But let's be real. When the people see that type of interaction on the camera, they get scared. I was actually talking to one of my associates about this, about YouTube videos and shit. When they start to see that real negative energy, that's when people start to pull back. That's when the sponsors pull back. That's when your endorsements are gone. That's when YouTube's going to shut down your video. Notice China Mac and AD. No filming going on. There's a certain level of respect to shit, you guys. You know what I mean? There's a certain level of respect to shit. And that's why the street tactics don't work in the music industry like that. You can say all you want, "Oh, I'm going to bogart my way in the game. I'm going to bully my way into the game." 9 times out of 10, that doesn't work. And then when it does, there's different results, there's different outcomes. You're hilarious, Mike. Black Boy, yeah, I was wondering, who's out there more interested in seeing the murder was the case, Snoop Dogg or the massacre from 50 Cent? I actually said the massacre. I actually said Snoop Dogg murder was the case because the massacre, the timeline is a little bit off to me. I don't know how they're going to jump to that portion of 50's story. You know what I mean? I really feel like they need to explain how he got started with G Unit in the first place. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like them starting on that level is just too quick. It doesn't make much sense to me. So Wack said, "I come from a gangster who would have took his bag and made him do what he was supposed to do." And yeah, we see how Wack is doing a lot of his business as well. Now the 9 dude, I believe he's talking about 6ix9ine. He controlled the gangsters because he's got the bag. We just gonna wait till you give me something. The predator and the prey, survival of the fittest, that shit has been out the door. Wow. That you would need a whole episode just to examine those comments right there. The predator and the prey, the survival of the fittest. That shit has been out the door, you guys. Wack living by an old code in the music industry. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rappers out there who live by different codes. You know what I mean? A lot of rappers who make it to higher levels in the industry, but they can never put away their past and just move on and recognize that there are greener pastures ahead, as they say. You know what I mean? Wack 100, as I said a little bit earlier, he's really just on his Maury shit here, you guys, where he would rather talk about all these situations rather than just embrace the people. You know, I spoke weeks ago about how Wack 100 and Jim Jones were actually cool. They were cool until they couldn't get a hold of one another. They were cool until Wack 100 started asking Jones about all the claims. You know, when you get the opportunity to be cool with somebody like Jim Jones, you know what I mean? When you get the chance to be in the surrounding of somebody like a Jim Jones, why are you going to, and you got the chance to see his character, you know what I mean? Why would you question him on some shit like that? Why would you try to pull his card like that when this man has already shown you the man that he is? This guy takes your calls. You know what I mean? It's more than Jim Jones ever did for me. I mean, I hung out with Jim Jones a couple times in Miami. We smoked a bunch of weed. We chilled in the VIP a couple times. Wack 100. The point I'm trying to make, Wack 100 calls Jim Jones. He picks up. Wack 100 hits up Jim Jones and say, hey, Jim, want you to do a feature for my artist Blueface. Jim Jones says, I'll do it. Like, you got a better relationship with Jim Jones than most. And he's just so eager to throw that out the window. You know what I mean? Because of accusations. So that's why he wants to make claims to do his Maury shit. You know what I mean? That was the guy's name, right? On that show, he would like literally have like everybody on his show. If shit with that, this the shit like my mom would be watching in the morning or something like that. What's good? What's good? Would you rap? Sip, 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 sip. That's one thing Soulja Boy did not do. Soulja Boy did not start G Unit. He's the first rapper to do a lot, but he did not start G Unit. You are funny. Little fish get ate by the big fish. In relation to what? Because people pressing Wack about Jim. Yeah, they're pressing Wack about Jim, but in reality, Wack had a relationship and kind of like put it on the line all over accusations. Mike Martin says, Maury was the you are not the father. You are not the blood. Sorry, was that? I'm sorry if I disrespected. Jones, I hope I didn't disrespect you by doing that, bro. Please. I hope I'm good at Quad Studio. Hope I'm good at Quad Studio, man. Oh, shit. Jim knows I interviewed Max B, too. He sees that interview. It comes out again every summer. It's always a summer with Mike T, damn it. Jim Jones knows I got mad respect for him. Jim Jones knows I got mad respect for him. Actually linked Jim Jones up with Scott Storch. You know what I mean? Marisol was my boo. T2, can you Marisol? What up, Mozzie? What's popping with you? What's popping with you, Mozzie? Oh, yeah. Rosewood said it. Them street dudes were pressing Wack, allegedly. They're like, Wack, man, you're around Jimmy. You're around Jimmy, Wack. And we all know Jimmy was associated with the Rainbow Head Kid. Now, what's going on with that, Jimmy? What's going on with that guy, Jimmy, Wack? We're gonna need you to touch base on this, Wack. That's pretty much how it was. And Wack's like, I'm cool with Jim. What do you mean? Jim jumped on a song from my artist. I had a Spanish rap group. And I got Jim Jones to do a song with him. So Jim Jones' core fan base wouldn't realize what the hell he was doing. And he's making, you know what I mean? He's just making a total odd move in his career. because every single move in Jim Jones' career hasn't been odd since he dropped Ballin'. Just being real, you guys. I'm just being a little bit uncensored here on this one. You know what I mean? Wack 100 calling Jim Jones up to do a feature with his group. You know, this is the type of relationship that they had. You know what I mean? It's not like I could have, you know what I mean? I was more popular than Wack 100 at this time as well. But I couldn't hit up Jim Jones and be like, yo, Jimmy, I'm going to need a 16, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Wack 100 really put himself in a predicament. Now, I'm the guy who brought Jim Jones to Scott Storch's studio, re-recorded a track. I took the record to the club that night, all that shit. You know what I mean? So Wack 100, he's in a whole different predicament. You know what I mean? He's got an artist that he's got Jim Jones to do a song with. I was working with Scott Storch. You know what I mean? An actual bona fide celebrity. You know what I mean? Something that would have led to something major. Not me just trying to use Jim Jones's name. You know what I'm saying? That shows you the different type of CEO that I am in comparison to Wack 100 and how Jim Jones ultimately chose the wrong path. You know what I mean? When you don't embrace the people that are real, this is the type of shit that happens. And then you got Wack 100 going on the internet and criticizing you in front of 800,000 people because you didn't show Mikey T no love, even though I put you in the studio with Scott Storch and then brought that record to Cameo the same night and had everybody in the club rocking to it. No, but you want to put the dude on. You want to put the dude on that's going to turn his back on you in 5 weeks. Pick your company a little bit better, Jones. Like, Jones, I got all the respect in the world for you. You know what I mean? But you got to be able to, you're supposed to be an artist. When you're an artist in this game, you're supposed to be able to see the future to a certain extent, man. You're supposed to be able to know what is going to connect. I'm on it tonight, man. I'm going to need a 16, baby. Yo, Jim, I'm going to need that 16, baby. I'm 200, baby. I'm 200. I had to retire the 300. Now I'm 250, you guys. Mikey 250. That's Mikey 250, baby. We're going to call it the 250 click. Yeah, but I had to get that out. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the way that I felt in the moment. You know what I mean? Because I've offered artists a lot, you know what I mean? But for some reason, they take it from somebody that ends up jeopardizing their whole career when I would legitimately never do anything to jeopardize an artist's career. The only thing I would do is do something to uplift an artist's career, putting them in a studio with the guy who made Candy Shop. Who was Jim Jones on Rap City with? 50 Cent, right? Did 50 bring Jim Jones to the studio with Scott Storch? What other blogger? Did any of these other bloggers that are talking about it, did they bring Jim Jones to the studio with Scott Storch? Nah, they're just home blogging. I'm out in the field putting these moves together, putting these records together, working. I got into the game wanting to become a record label, wanting to own a television channel station, you guys. Shit ain't stopping, man. Shit ain't stopping. Let me see where I'm at here with the notes. I got a little bit off track there. I guess this Red Bull's kicking in. We need that Red Bull endorsement. Red Bull, we are waiting on you. We are waiting on you. Bel Air, we are waiting on you. You already know. You already know. Jim Jones remembers that shit. Jim Jones remembers that shit. I never did nothing but try to keep it real and solid. Even when I walked in the Club Live and my boy It's Matic told me, yo, Mikey T, Jones is down there in the VIP. We was already upstairs in the VIP with Future and Mike Will Made It. I was chopping it up with Mike Will Made It and trying to introduce myself to make something happen. Mike Will Made It actually knew who the hell I was. My boy It's Maddox like, yo, Jim Jones is down there in the VIP. I'm like, let's go. I'm wavy as hell, you guys. I'm wavy as hell. They're helping me walk through the club. I get down there. I just try to walk in his section. The security guard's like, yo, what's up? What's up? My boy It's Matic handles all that shit. My boy It's Matic is like Shotti. You know what I'm saying? My boy It's Matic handles shit like Shotti. He had me in every single nightclub in Miami and shit. But anyways, so we went in, kicked it with Jim Jones. Jim Jones was like, come through, come through. I had like a pocket full of blunts, pulled out a blunt, or actually I was smoking a blunt. I walked down there, I was smoking a blunt. It was a full blunt. This is pre-COVID, obviously. So I'm smoking a blunt at the beginning of it. Jim Jones knows I got the best shit in Miami. I hand him the blunt. Jim Jones starts smoking the blunt. So I let Jimmy know that that's his blunt. How do I let him know? I pull out my pack of blunts. I pull out another blunt. I light that shit. Jim at that moment knows that's his blunt. Next thing that happens, I notice Filthy Rich is there. Salute the homie Filthy Rich. He had actually had me come out and film him and Jones at King of Diamonds another time. That's why we had met up with a couple times. But I did some drive. I drove out to Jimmy to meet him in Miami, South Beach a couple times as well. But Club Blue and all that, or Fountain Blue and all that. But then at that point, they brought in like 12 bottles of rosé. It was a movie, you guys. I'm a part of some of the biggest shit that, you know what I mean, in hip hop, you guys. I'm out there actually putting in this work. That's why I'm on here talking to you guys about it, man. If I wasn't, I probably would have nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? But I am doing it. That's why I'm sharing the experience, man. Nah, Jim didn't have the strain back then, bro. Like I said, I actually gave Jim a blunt that day. I actually gave Jim a blunt. Cut the check, Red Bull. What up, Jay? What up, Jay? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. But let's get to it. Let's get back to it. Let me see. Where were we? Now, the 9 dude, he was saying that 6ix9ine is pretty much controlling the gangsters because he's got the money or whatever. So it was read out. If I knew I didn't have federal protection or I wasn't working with him, I would have hung that phone up. Wack 100 agreed. I wouldn't have forced the phone call. Wack 100 said the paperwork is sealed. Now it clearly says on the transcript, individual 1. And one of the people in the clubhouse was like, we heard the audio and we know who individual 1 is. Now, the transcript that they were reading from the wiretaps legitimately has the complete conversation of Jim Jones and Mel Matrix, you guys. It's legitimately the whole conversation, a small portion of it from what they were responding to. I actually went back and listened to the conversation in full. But Wack continued on. He said, people know what's going on and people be mad at me. I had people tell me on some real shit what you said was true, but why you had to say it. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who were not pleased with Wack 100 exposing all this shit, or not really exposing it, but exposing it further. You know what I mean? To a further audience is what I'm saying. Taking it to the next level, adding his little thoughts in there, saying this, that, the third. You know what I'm saying? In regard to the conversation. You know, Wack went on. I wanted to say also that this is kind of like how people were feeling about all of the audio that he released going at the likes of Gilly, or more importantly, Nipsey and shit about T.I., you know what I mean? Like all this shit, all that type of shit is how people are thinking of it. It's like, why do you got to say it? Like, why do you got to say all this shit, man? What is known does not have to be said. You know what I mean? If you know you have a relationship with somebody to the point where you can get artists on their show, whether they're a major streaming artist or they're an influencer, and you can go to Adam or you can go to Gilly and get Gilly to put it on his IG even. You know what I'm saying? Like you have all these reaches, you have all these outlets. You know what I mean? You're going to jeopardize them by putting it out there to the public. So Wack went on. He said, get out of here. What do you mean? What I said was true, but I had to say it. dudes know me. So in saying that, like, dudes know Wack 100. Dudes know the type of guy he is, where he has to say something, and if it is known. Wack gave a story of calling a spade when he found out some information on his homie, a homie of his that had passed away. He had made a post about his homie that would go on to pass away. He said he left the post up. My bad. Appreciate you for listening, Mozzie. My bad. Somebody do a, hold on one second. My bad, y'all. Appreciate you for listening, Mozzie. Sometimes that shit, water gets caught in your throat. They mad because he bring it. Some people disagree though, Rosewood. You know, some people think he's just hating on Jim Jones, taking whatever opportunity he can to get at Jim Jones. You know what I mean? He says some of the homies reached out, but did they really? You know, it's all. So Wack said, I'm going to tell you why I could have went bad a long time ago and saved myself some heartache. F that. You ain't fitting to go bad, and you just get the same perks and the clean slate. Nah, you're bad. You're bad. Wack said it's like they catching El Chapo. El Chapo. He the Lord. Now they're hearing some other dude like, nah, El Chapo, you ain't going to. You know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. Everybody watching this video knows what they're going to do. If you have seen The Sopranos, you know what they're going to do. Who's seen The Sopranos in the chat? If you've seen The Sopranos, you know what they're going to do. Wack 100 clearly laid out what they're going to do, you guys. They're going to say, hey, take this dude's picture and move it up here. It's exactly what we saw happen in The Sopranos. Iceberg says, LOL, Wack watches too many movies. We're on the same vibe with that then, I guess. I guess we're on the same vibe about that then, man. Wack went on. He said, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. Mel knows it. Jim is just sending him to a month and promising him something when he gets out. Wow. Wow. My bad, you guys. Excuse me. Anyways, Wack said, I'm going to be real. Mel knows it. Jim is just sending him to a month and promising him something when he gets out. That is crazy. That is crazy. So Wack 100 is pretty much saying that Jim Jones is sending Mel money, which I mean, they've been homies for a long time. I think we all know the history of Jim Jones and Mel Matrix when he gave him an opportunity in Bird Gang back in the day. Let me see. Hold up one second. Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all follow Gilly's daughter. I got her Instagram. I got her Instagram pinned up in the chat right now for everybody that's in here. Excuse me, you guys. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. If you haven't, I'm about to end that poll. Everybody in here who hasn't voted on it, vote right now. Looks like everybody was more interested in seeing the Snoop Dogg show than the 50 Cent show. I got 2 poll choices up right now. Which show would you rather watch? Murder Was the Case from Snoop or The Massacre from 50 Cent? About to end the poll in 30 seconds, you guys. Ending poll. Snoop show won. That's what's up. Cordero, what's popping with you, bro? Lee Murray, appreciate you for tapping in, bro. What was that, bro? Yeah, you look for your pain there. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I was saying that would be the I was saying that the Snoop Dogg show to pick up at that point in time would actually be perfect. But 50 Cent show picking up, you know what I mean, during the game beef wouldn't really make much sense to me. That's crazy. That's crazy. We might have to cover that tomorrow night, Iceberg. All right, so listen to this, you guys. Wack said Jim is sending him 2 a month and promising him something when he gets out. You heard 6ix9ine said, if you was all the way this, if you was all this, why did it take a little Spanish kid to get him off the couch when he was sleeping on the floor over there? Why you didn't do nothing for him when I met him when he was homeless and broke and sleeping on someone's couch? So this is what Wack 100 was saying, basically feeding the narrative that 6ix9ine had spun about Mel Matrix, when in reality it was Mel Matrix's whole clique that assured 6ix9ine the right to get popular in the first place. Before 6ix9ine actually linked up with all of them, 6ix9ine was going and doing punk rap shows in Europe on some, on some like you're never gonna make it type shit. Like, just to be real, just to be all the way real, he was really messing with a niche market out there doing that type of style of music. It wasn't until he got the it wasn't until he got that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg like edge, You know what I mean? The adding the hip hop demeanor to his shit, that really helped him transition. He really had to veer off his music. He spoke about that in the past as well. When he changed up the style of his music from what he was doing and going over and performing in Europe and like places like Switzerland or something like that, where they'd be doing all these type of mosh pit type styles and shit. And I mean, I don't really know too much about that. Like he was saying some shit about maybe he was interviewing with maybe he was interviewing with maybe he was actually interviewing with Adam 22 when he spoke on it. But he actually said he made like 2 bands at the show, and it's like I really don't even know who you are, but okay. All right. He doesn't even really know who you are, but okay. Robert says he was making music in the UK. How was it, man? Can you give us a little bit of a review of how it was actually? Can we get a little review of how the music was? I really don't know much about. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but it's some of that music that you actually turn off. You know what I mean? You turn that music off pretty quickly, if you know what I'm saying. See what I got here. Uh, so Wack went in here, and now he's doing time. So he went from, in Wack's mind, he went from sleeping on the couch, and now he's doing time. He really doesn't know what he's gonna do when he gets out. The streets is changing. So Jim Jones is dangling a bone in front of him. I got you. I got you. I got you. The typical thing. You know what I mean? The typical thing that a rapper would tell somebody that he wants to keep in his good graces, or an artist, or anything. You know what I mean? Anybody that you want to keep in your good graces, you're always going to be like, I got you. Then you're going to get them on a smaller level. You know what I mean? Something that is not all the way, but it makes him a believer. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Throw the dude under the bus who he's dependent on to take care of him? Wack's got a point here. If he was right, you know what I mean? If this was all true, if he wasn't speaking in hypotheticals, if he wasn't speaking in theories that are running through his mind for some reason. This guy is running through more theories in his mind about different rappers who are not thinking about him than I've ever had in my mind of visions of getting pulled over by the police. And let me tell you, man, I used to be paranoid as hell about driving around. You know what I mean? Because I would always be like, man, these cops are going to pull me over for smoking, this, that, and the third back in the day. You know what I mean? So I would never be driving around back in the day. But thank God I moved to Miami back in the day and shit. So I got the hell out of this town. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I would start going the wrong way on that. Yeah, I'm smoking on some runts tonight, you guys. The shit is lit. This runts is lit, man. It was crazy because I went to the dispensary, not to sidebar it here. I go to the dispensary and they've actually got 19% runts. And then after I bought it, they actually had a 21% run. So I'm like, all right, you're gonna need to give me the 21%. So let's talk about Mel Matrix a little bit. I mean, I think we all know about when Mel was brought into Bird Gang back in the day. You know what I mean? I think we all know a little bit about the relationship of Jim Jones and Mel Matrix, but now we're going to get into the conversation. After actually Wack got faced with some Jim Jones audio where Jones was actually dissing him subliminally. So Reek said he had Jim Jones' response from an interview. Jim was asked, how does he feel about his name having informant next to it? How does Jim feel about having the name informant attached to his name? I can't believe she asked him that. What up, Cody? Appreciate you for tapping in. Executive Sessions, what's popping, would you? Appreciate you for tapping in. Major salute, y'all. We're just going over some news tonight. Wack 100 was actually going back in on Jim Jones, round 3, but now we're getting into the point where Jim Jones spoke a little bit about Wack 100, it seems. Jim Jones said, for the most part, you never know that you in the circus till you figure out you was looking at a clown. When a clown gives out information, everybody laughs. I've been doing this for a very long time. People don't read the facts. They read the gram. People use the media to do what they do. As far as my feelings, it doesn't feel right. Of course, it took me somewhere else when I saw it. I laughed at it, looked the person who was dishing it out, and thought about being just as facetious as the person doing it. But I will say, where I'm from, real dudes don't do bullshit to tarnish people's names. Very crazy that Jones ended it with that line about real dudes don't do BS to tarnish people's names, because Wack 100 would go on to say a whole lot more disrespectful shit that Hassan actually recorded him. You know what I mean? Hassan actually recorded him saying. So it really never stopped. Wack 100 having such a vulgar mouth when it comes to his associates. It's really been going on for quite some time, because Jim Jones is one of Wack 100's former associates. Jim Jones would not comment on the audio tapes. Wack said about this whole statement from Jim's that he was talking circles around all that. You know what I mean? He didn't really talk circles, man. He just dissed you. You know what I mean? He just straight up dissed you. Wack said he didn't want to talk about it. Ain't no way I'm talking about it unless I need to be talking about it. He said, if you know me, that's the cold part. If you know me, you know me. That's the cold part. When they get to saying, I don't care about none of that shit. Wack said, Mel Matrix said, we have to have a face-to-face. My God, what did my guy say? Cody, I'm smoking on some runts tonight, bro. Yeah, I'm actually blazing on some runts tonight. Whole lot of runts tonight. Yep, I just went and picked up some runts, man. Probably my favorite strand. Smoking on the Dream Queen with some lemonized haze. Okay. All right. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you letting me know what you're blazing, man. Everybody else in here, if you want to let me know what you're smoking on, you can as well. You can let me know what you're smoking on as well if you want. Let me know what you're smoking on. All right, good. Everything's in sync. So So let me see. So there was a part of this conversation I wanted to talk about with Mel Matrix and Jim Jones, where Mel said TMZ wants to talk to us. Jim Jones was like, nah, you don't need to be on TMZ. Let Shotti be on TMZ. Mel said, I'm not going to be on it, but he wanted me to talk because he landed in my lap first. So Mel was pretty much explaining like 6ix9ine was the first one that came to me. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was because 6ix9ine knew that, Mel Matrix was affiliated with the Bird Gang. That really doesn't make much sense to me. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people uh really were, like looking at Mel Matrix, who was going to be a person to put you on. You know what I mean? They just weren't looking at it like that. You would try to get at Jewels, or you would try to get at Jones or Cameron. You know what I mean? That was the hierarchy of that set. You know what I mean? In different situations. Damn, dog pound, that sucks. I actually never had to quit smoking ever, besides a 2-week time span when I was in like 10th grade. I quit smoking. So I never really had to quit smoking. But I got to give it to him, man. If Mel Matrix went on to put on, you know what I mean? If Mel Matrix went on to actually put on 6ix9ine like that, you got to give him credit. You got to give credit where credit is due, as I was saying a little bit earlier. So Mel Matrix is like, TMZ wants to talk to us. And Jones is like, nah, you don't need to be on TMZ. Let Shotti be on TMZ. Mel said, I'm not going to be on it, but he wanted me to talk because he landed in my lap first. And Jones was like, no, you don't say nothing. Let Shotti handle that. Shotti got to handle that. He get on TMZ. He talk his talk. He talk his shit. Listen to that, you guys. Jim Jones wanted Shotti on TMZ. Shotti was the star in this situation, you guys. Shotti was the star in the making in this situation outside of 6ix9ine. He was the one who was going to blossom the record label. You know what I mean? He was the one that was going to he's the one that's going to blossom the record label, you guys, and make it all the artists pop. You know what I mean? He just had that presence. He had a Diddy like presence, kind of like a mixture of like Puff Daddy and Suge Knight. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, because you could hear Shotti on the ad libs. You could see Shotti gangsta bopping in the videos. You know what I mean? But also, you could see him getting you signed out of a contract that you didn't like. You could see him working a contract into a better deal. You know what I mean? But some shit got sticky, man. Some shit got sticky. But let's get right into it. Jones was telling him, no, you don't say nothing. Wow, kind of a throwback. You know what I mean? Kind of a throwback to a certain extent with Jim Jones' relationship with Mel Matrix. It's like Jim Jones and Mel Matrix, they've been working together for a long time, but Mel Matrix never got his opportunity to get in front of the light. You know what I mean? I'm not discrediting the fact that people went to work with Mel Matrix after Stack Bundles passed and Max B got locked up. Because that was just the way that it worked. You know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, the level of popularity is there when it comes to videographers doing these interviews and these visuals and shit. And I'm just being 100% real. We've seen how it worked with other labels. When people get the opportunity to work with a Gunplay, they'll move on to Rick Ross. You know what I mean? They get, they'll use, the opportunity with Gunplay or Young Breed or Mass Mike Miles, and they'll move up to Meek Mill. That's the name of the game, you guys. You know, a lot of people do it in different situations. I'm sure some people, worked with Black Child and Cadillac Ty in effort to get with Murder Inc. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I mean, shit, that's actually how it worked out for me. I interviewed Cadillac Ty, Black Child, and then I interviewed Ja Rule. You know what I mean? But don't get it twisted, you guys. While I was there, I interviewed Ja Rule's whole record label as well. When he was doing the independent thing, the Empire thing, I linked up with a couple of guys there, like Merce. You know what I'm saying? Like Ho. Yep. 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 We're about to get into it. Jim Jones was about to have Shotti looking real good. He was about to have Shotti looking real good on TMZ. He was going to be there talking his shit. Yo, what's good? It's Shotti, baby. You know how we do things. It's Treyway. I got new artists, man. You thought the rainbow-haired kid was good? We about to see our new artist, man. This Treyway Shotti. Shotti, do you rap, man? Yo, man, you catch me doing my thing on the artist album. You know what I mean? Featuring Shotti, baby. Rock Dunn says, I think TMZ was going to ask the right questions. Jim knew it. Well, Jim was cool. He just didn't want Mel Matrix going on there. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like Jim might have thought, yo, people are going to remember Mel Matrix from Bird Gang. It's going to rub people the wrong way. I'm just being 100% honest with the way I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about this from a music label standpoint. Jim Jones is like, yo, you guys got a good thing going here. You don't need to make it look like you're stuck in 2006. Just being real. What up, Biggs? What up with you, Biggs? Appreciate you, man. Oh, shit. Oh, shit's getting heated in the chat, baby. It gets live in here, baby. That's how we do in here. That's how we do in here. This shit be getting live. Yo, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out, man. We keep it positive in the chat, man. What up, Rock? Keep it solid in the chat. Executive sessions in the building. Okay, I see you. I see you. Everybody share this video if you support the channel. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. Subscribe right now, y'all. Hold on, let me see that. All right, guys. All right. So anyways, listen to this, you guys. Jim Jones said, Shotti got to handle that. He get on TMZ. He talk his talk. He talk his shit. And he needs to be very articulate about what he's saying and why he made people think he was a member. He was always a money ploy. He got to figure it out. But they're going to have to violate Shotti because Shotti is on some bullshit. Jones went on. Shotti think he going to be going to the strip clubs and all types of shit. Shotti better get on his A game. So I guess 6ix9ine was running through the strip clubs, throwing money. And let's mind you guys, this is all before 6ix9ine was, considered a rat. So everybody wonders right now, all the people that 6ix9ine has to worry about right now. Shit, 6ix9ine couldn't even go to a strip club back then without having to worry about Treyway. You know what I mean? Why didn't he just go to the Carolinas? Iceberg, why didn't he just go to the Carolinas? Like, I really don't understand it. Why not just go to the Carolinas? Why not just disappear? Oh, well, he did. He did actually. He he went to Miami. He went to Miami. That's right. He went to Miami. He got low. He got low, you guys. And then he made it a nuisance of himself. He tried to press a viral sensation, and he made that viral sensation even bigger. You know what I mean? He got him the sympathy factor. A lot of people out there watched what happened to Perkio and they were like, yo, that shit wasn't right. Never mind what little Perkio was doing, you know what I mean? Dressing up like little Dirk, impersonating one of his favorite artists or his favorite artist in the game, obviously. You know what I mean? Doing an ode to little Dirk, whatever the hell he's doing, you know what I mean? But whatever he's doing, it's not wrong. You know what I mean? People dress up like Spider-Man every day and they go in Times Square and all that. You know what I mean? People are blowing up on the industry for all types of things. Little Dirk had actually shown this dude love. So at this point, he's starting to take bookings. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Iceberg says, why not just feed your team or be a civilian instead of a rat is the better question, G's. Well, man, my questions are a little bit R-rated, man. That's more of a PG-13 question, Iceberg. I mean, if you want people to come in the theater to see your show, you got it. You know what I mean with that question. But me, I'm more of a rated R guy. You know what I mean? I like to get to the grit. I like to get to the grit, man. Sometimes you hear a couple, you know what I mean? We get to that shit, you guys. You know what I mean? That's what we do on this channel. We get to that real shit. Whoa. Let's not make those. Let's leave those accusations for Wack 100, legendary. Let's leave those accusations for Wack 100 to make. Wack had been making quite a few claims about Jim Jones ever since Jones didn't pick up his call or something like that. Ever since Jones didn't return his call, Wack 100 has just sort of kind of felt like Jones was in the wrong, from my understanding. So let me see here. So Jim Jones pretty much wanted Shotti to get this point across that 6ix9ine was no longer a member. He was a money ploy, somebody they were using for money. I guess they kind of don't feel like that's going to make them look like shit while they're on TMZ, basically saying that they use somebody for money. Mel replied, he's a demon, referring to Shotti. He lives for shit like this. This is all that he has. Now, I mean, earlier on, in the conversation, earlier on, Mel Murda, Mel Matrix, Mel, however you want to refer to him, you know what I mean? He has a few different monikers. He had actually told Shotti, yo, you doing? What you doing? Damn, I don't even want to even talk on the phone, homie. We got to meet up and talk. After Shotti had said, I'm going to feed him, though. You know what I mean? Yep, because Mel was telling Shotti that 6ix9ine is trying to dry snitch at the same time, homie. But he keeps saying F Treyway, F Treyway, F Treyway. And then Shotti said, I'm going to feed him, though. And Mel is like, yo, what are you doing? Damn. I don't even want to talk on the phone, homie. We got to meet up and talk. So Mel was trying to play the situation smooth, you guys. Mel was trying to pull back from the conversation. But now flip to the conversation with Jim Jones and Mel that I'm reading right now. Mel is like, yo, what you doing? Damn. Mel is like, actually, he's like, well, Jim Jones actually said he's definitely humiliating Shotti right now. And he said that's what 6ix9ine is trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to separate himself when 6ix9ine had pretty much canceled all of his tours. 6ix9ine had actually canceled all of his tours because he had found out some information about Treyway. He had found out some information about Treyway actually taking the bookings and potentially making a shitload of money off of him. Salute, Vil. Appreciate you for tapping in. Ooh, Legendary. Well, that's interesting you say that. Legendary says, I notice he don't play with 50 though, referring to Wack 100, I assume. As far as the snitch stuff, I think he knows 50 ain't no snitch. But if 50 starts beefing with Game again, I bet he will be like 50 been a rap, blah, 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 and talk about a whole different bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Just like Benzino right now is actually on his case. You know what I'm saying? Benzino is on his case like crazy right now. And that's actually interesting you say that, Legendary, because another topic is how 50 Cent is actually pushing back his new show. He's the Game Beef Show, a show called The Massacre that will apparently depict his beef with the Game. That portion of his career, however many episodes they decide to do it on, whether it's like a 4 or 5 part series or 10 or 8 part series like BMF or Bel Air. You know what I mean? I was kind of that right there. If they don't involve the Game in Wack 100, that could spark off exactly what you're saying. If they don't properly involve him, which I think they should. If you're gonna do a show about the Game and 50 Cent beef, you should involve them. You involve Game, you're going to be involved in Wack by default. Hell, maybe Wack would even be the one to set up the whole situation. Wack would probably be on that. I don't know. I don't know how far the show is into production at this point. If they've got anything written, if they've got anybody casted, you know what I mean? All I know is at this point, it looks like 50 is going to be pushing the show away from Starz. It looks like he will not be doing it on Starz unless they come to an agreement. We'll have to see what happens with that. What's up, Mac Mean? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute, bro. Yeah, unless 50 gets a big offer from Starz, he'll probably take the show elsewhere. Let me think. So it's going to be a show about 50 in the Game. They're going to need to are they going to need an unrated system? Are they going to need the opportunity to use all types of language? You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Do they need a unrated type of atmosphere where it's not like, you know what I mean, like a television type of thing where they're going to have to censor themselves to a certain degree? I'm wondering how y'all feel if 50's show would work if it was actually just on regular television. I think it might be a little bit too watered down if they were to actually just play it on regular TV. Well, Rock, I mean, Wack is doing this right now because why do I think Wack is doing this right now? In all honesty, why is Wack doing this right now? Because of that major episode that we just saw. You know what I mean? We just saw a major episode come out between him and Hassan. I really feel like he's trying to flip the narrative right now. He's trying to, no pun intended, he's trying to flip the script. He's trying to put out a different news piece. Even this one's a little bit old. You know what I mean? This is news that dates back a few years that Wack is now just responding to, even though you throw in a couple current topics, you know what I mean? Like the recent Jim Jones interview, whatever, you know what I mean? But Wack is, trying to flip the script on us. He's trying to change the narrative so that we forget last week's topic. If you guys remember, the topic before this was actually Wack 100 saying that the Game was going to beef with Eminem. The Game was going to drop an Eminem diss song. So Wack 100 needs to just go back to the drawing board. He needs to find a topic that is going to outweigh this one that's going on right now that's totally exposing him. And as soon as he finds a new topic to flip the script, to change the narrative, he'll be back. You know what I mean? And that's what he's looking for right now. That's why he's talking about Megan the Stallion. You know what I mean? That's why he's talking about Jim Jones again. You know what I mean? He's trying to change everybody's mind. He's trying to really control what is going on the internet. He does a good job at it as well. You know what I mean? He makes sure that his team is up, getting shit going like bright and early, and they're on West Coast time. You know what I'm saying? They're on West Coast time, so they're up bright and early and shit, getting out with the news stories. Even though he kind of put some of his co-hosts in a bad position, you know what I mean? He's got to be a little bit more respectful to them. Legendary says, I don't want it on TV because it won't be real. So yeah, man, maybe something like HBO Max or something like that for the Massacre show with 50 Cent. Something like that would definitely work. Another I had suggested would probably be Peacock. Another one I would have to say would probably be Peacock. Big says, I miss the 1990s and 2000s rap. Legendary says, do you think it's played out at this point, calling 50 a snitch, even though it's been so many times that 50 hasn't snitched on anyone? I mean, it's pretty much the go-to diss for 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like, kind of dipping back into that point of his history that kind of has to do with Supreme. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the go-to diss when it comes to 50 Cent. You know what I mean? You didn't do nothing. What did Shine say? Y'all respect I respect the shooter. You're the one who respect the one who got shot. You know what I mean? Different shit like that. Different shit like that, you guys. Alicia agrees. Yeah, it is played out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Game kind of went at 50 in another way though. You know what I mean? The game just lyrically demolished 50. Whip wop. What'd you say, Alicia? You're smoking on what? Smoking on that good news? Oh, okay. I think I just got what you were saying there. I think I just got what you were saying there. But yeah, I need to roll something up. I need to roll something up, you guys. Who's smoking? Who's smoking, y'all? Who's smoking, y'all? What y'all blazing? What y'all blazing? What's popping? I need to roll. Okay, Robert smoking on that sour. Mimosa cake. Okay. Smoking on that mimosa cake. Interesting, DB Chef. Okay. Smoking on something interesting over there. I need something to roll. I need something to roll with. Hold on 1 second. I think I got you. Man. No, I'm out. I better not be out. I was just at the store, too. I was literally just at the store, too. You damn right, legendary. Lamb's breath. Are you lying, bro? Nah, I'm from Connecticut. 456, I'm from Connecticut. Hell yeah, you already know. Hoping I got another Dutch on deck. I'm pretty sure I do. If not, that means I just got to go out after the show. There's a spot open down the street all night. So it doesn't really matter. There's a spot open all night down the street. You already know. Nah, I'm from Connecticut, bro. I'm from CT. Rock done. What's up, would you? Hartford boys go super hard. Woo! Oh shit, Mac Mean said it. Wack said Big U gets $550K a year. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, we do have to get Tony Ayo on the show. We should definitely make that happen. If anybody has any connections to Tony Yayo, I mean, if you're in the Queens area or if you just mess with him, you know what I mean, from any different type of relationship, let's put it together. It would be dope to have Tony Yayo on the show. But let me give a major shout out. To Alicia. Alicia just set it off. $50 super chat. Alicia just hit it with the official biggest super chat that we've gotten on the show to date. Alicia, bless you for that super chat. She said, I don't have much to share, but enjoy your channel and content. You keep it a stack and you're not extra like some of these other clowns. Thanks. Shout out to the chat as well. Y'all show Alicia some love in the chat. Y'all put some respect on her name. I hope she didn't just say, well, damn, I thought Mikey T wasn't extra until he just did all that. My bad about that, if so, but major salute to you. Major salute to you, though. Major salute to you. Definitely appreciate Alicia. For the $50 super chat. That shit is love. Let me see if I got another Dutch. Come on, Mac Mean. You're damn right, allegedly, bro. Come on now. Nobody believes that shit. Big U snitching. Big U is too busy. Big U is too busy doing a popular podcast right now. Big U is too busy talking to major individuals in the industry right now. And he's going to try and call him out on some bullshit like, man, just 2 weeks ago, it's probably because he didn't want to go with your whole thing with the Hassan Campbell incident. But we might have to get into that a little bit further tomorrow night. Because, yeah, I think that could actually play a factor in it. The fact that Big U didn't want to play Wack's games, maybe to keep the circle tight. You know what I'm saying? To keep everything in, you got to tie up loose ends. Politics. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's politics. We got to remain in the right. Big U's like, nah, man, you're talking some wrong. But we'll have to, I'm going to have to take a look at it all. You know what I mean? To see really what Big U had to say in regard to Wack 100. We haven't really taken a look at that on the channel. I'm definitely going to have to give a look at that, you guys, to be 100. You know, especially if Wack 100 is making claims, crazy ass claims that a man is getting paid in excess of $500,000 for whatever he's saying he's doing. Don't really know what he's saying he's doing. Trying to make an insinuation about a man who just last week you were saying how you go back with him. You know what I mean? It just shows you how crazy this industry gets, you guys. It really just shows you that, man. How untrustworthy, you know what I mean, people are in the industry. You know, people that you like stood beside for so many years, you know. Port City says, I can't smoke. I get paranoid. But yeah, I'm going to put it back on Alicia. Y'all put some respect on Alicia's name. Definitely appreciate that $50 super chat. She says she's good and she is just enjoying the community. Major salute. Major salute on that. Hell yeah. We got a bunch of dope people in the chat consistently in here adding to the conversation. You know what I mean? We got people in here actually making, you know, valid points that add to the conversation as well, bringing up different pieces to the topic that we may not have addressed with it. You got to roll up two. You got to roll up two. I think I had two. Let me see. Nope, none in here. This one's out. And we got 2 blunts left right here. We Gucci, you guys. We good. I don't even got to leave the crib tonight. I don't even got to leave the crib tonight. I got 2 blunts left tonight. I'm set tonight. Biggie would be rolling over in his grave hearing me say that shit. He'd be like, Mikey, it's 5 blunts. It's 5 blunts, Mikey. It's not 2 blunts. Guys, like, it's 2 blunts. It's 2 chains, right? It's 5 chains, Mikey. It's 5 chains, and 5 blunts, and 5 rings. Sorry, I was just getting into my shit. Hell yeah. What are you burning, Alicia? What are you smoking on? I got this runts right here. Let me see if I got a good piece. Let me see if I got a good piece in here. Nah, I don't really got a good piece right here. Oh, yeah, look at that runts. You see that? You see that purple right there? That's how you know it's some runts, when you can see that purple. You know what I mean? Y'all think that runts look good? Y'all think that runts look good? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You got the white runts? I remember my boy actually had the white runts. That was the best one, too. Right now, I got the regular runts, the joint that looks all purple. Runts is the best strain. What up, what up, what up, Modesto? What's poppin', Modesto? I see you, Rock Done. I see you, Rock Done. Anything with that purple is beautiful. Yeah, I agree. But what I really look for in bud is the taste. You know what I mean? But yo, I just wanted to read that part of the conversation with Shotti, or not with Shotti mostly, but with Jim Jones and Mel Matrix, where Jim Jones was pretty much telling them not to appear on TMZ. And it's like, wow, wow. So you're gonna tell these guys not to appear on TMZ, and you kind of wonder why Mel Matrix never got the opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of people would say that's not the right time to be on TMZ. That's not the right time to be putting yourself as the focal point of everything at that point in time. You know, but Jim Jones really believed that Shotti would actually be the one to go on TMZ. You know, like I said earlier, Shotti was the one who became a star out of that situation. If Shotti would have never went to jail, Shotti would be out here right now thriving. You know what I mean? He would be thriving outside of 6ix9ine. You know, he would still work with 6ix9ine if 6ix9ine never had gone through this whole situation. But then he would also have multiple more artists as well. What do you mean his girly mouth shit, Alicia? Alicia said, Wack lost all the respect I never had for him when he started his girly mouth shit. What did you mean the girly mouth shit, though? Just so I have a better understanding of that. What in particular was the girly about it? Oh, do you just mean how he does a lot of talking in general, a lot of gossiping in general? You know what I mean? He's trying to start his podcast. You know what I mean? He's trying to really get shit rolling on his show, you guys. You know what I mean? What can we say about Wack? He's trying to make something of himself. When I saw him earlier on the DJ K Slay show, you know, when I saw him on K Slay's YouTube show a few times, I was like, I was like, that guy's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? I was like, Wack isn't really right to be doing interviews. But at this point, he's found his in. You know what I mean? At this point, he actually found his in the music industry, whether it's from the bit of managing that he does. I say a bit because I don't really see all that much. I mean, you got the Savvy, you got Blueface, you got Game, Ray J. They're doing a couple different things, I guess. I'm not all that, you know. I guess Ray J's doing something with sunglasses. The Game has the new Drillmatic album. Don't really know what's going on with Blueface. It seems like his best investment is actually OnlyFans, and I'm not really all that familiar with Savvy. You know what I'm saying? Not really all that familiar with Savvy, so I can't really say. That's why I say it's a bit of shit within the music industry because Blueface isn't even popping with the music no more like that. Like he's doing his OnlyFan things. But no, I saw Blueface talking about it recently, and he was like, "Yo, he's like my one joint sold 10 million, but I still got a bunch of joints that sold 1 million." And that's like same thing happened to not Future. Future is the biggest thing, smoking. Same thing happened to Designer. You know what I mean? Big 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, 13 million. You know what I mean? What was it called? Panda. You know what I'm saying? Blueface, yo, what up, Trench Baby? How is the single, bro? Give me a little review of the single. I see you didn't drop a song title, so we don't got a song title right away. You know what I mean? Usually, when you hear a new song from an artist, you know what I mean? When you hear a new song from an artist and you come in and you're like, because I know Trench Baby, I know you know music. You know what I mean? You be in here all the time. So, but usually and I'm Wack 100 and 100 in the situation right now. Usually, this is something that you basically got to just agree with, anyways, right? Usually, when you log in to a live stream and you had just heard like that new joint, you know what I mean? When you just heard that new fire record, you would usually come into the stream and be like, yo, I heard the record. It was called such and such. It's really dope. You should check it out. But I wasn't getting none of that here in this comment. All I got here in this comment is Blueface just dropped a new single with G Herbo. Blueface just put out a new song with G Herbo. I just about made it through the first G Herbo verse. And then I got into a little bit of the Blueface and I shut it off. What is it there, Trench? Let me know. Let me know what the song is called. Let me know what the song is called. Maybe I'll check it out, man. G Herbo's cool. You know, Gilly and them actually did a show. You know what I mean? G Herbo rocks out. Whip Wop says Designer fell off for real. Oh yeah, God. I was in Designer's live video the other day. He had at one point he had 46 people in there. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, what is going on, you guys? But he eventually got up to more like 200 people in there. But that's still crazy for a man that sold 10 million copies. I would probably just you find something, you know what I mean? I would probably just find something else to do. You know what I mean? Like in, something that I could be creative doing. You know what I mean? Rather than just continuing doing something that's not working. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple different things you could do. Property, real estate, if you want to do something like that. But I'm talking about if you want to do something that's kind of going to have you remaining in the music industry. You know what I mean? Like Robert says people thought he was Future. Yeah, I could have sworn there was some sort of a lawsuit going on about that, about him actually sounding like Future. I'm like, what? I'm like, is Future fitting to get that bag? Because that Panda, like that's why I was just screaming out all those millions a few seconds ago. There's a good chance that that's actually at 11 or 12 million right now. You know what I mean? Because I remember a few years ago it was Diamond. Can anybody get me hey Duke, can you get me an official number on Panda? How many million it's at right now? Is it over 10 or over 11? It's got to be at least 11. Yep, Whip. That's another good point. And he was signed to Ye. Yeah, that's another point. You know what I mean? But more importantly than that, Whip, he actually, thanks, Du. More importantly than that, Whip, he actually asked to be released. This man asked to be released from Kanye. He's dead in the water. You know what I mean? He's not moving. He's standing still. He's at a standstill with his career, and he asked to be released from good music. What? What? Like what? You have an opportunity to work with Kanye West, Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? All these amazing writers, Sci-Hi. You know what I'm saying? All these amazing artists over at Good. I'd imagine all these amazing engineers who can make your music sound crisp. That's why a lot of your follow-up records were actually sounding amazing, like that one that I liked called Up. You know what I mean? A lot of people, damn, I'm sorry, I just got thrown off. We got a super chat question, which just threw me off. Rock, what was that? Why Mikey T? What? Throw that back in there. Alicia says, appreciate that, Alicia. $10 super chat. Damn. Thank God Alicia didn't request that I pop the bottle of Bel Air. If Alicia would have said it, Mikey, pop that Bel Air. Damn, we would have been drinking some blue tonight, you guys. But let me answer her question here. Mikey, do you ever unravel the blunt? Well, back in the day, when we had the giant blunts, you know what I mean, that would fit like a quarter in it, we would always unravel it. You know what I mean? You'd always unravel it and, peel it properly. But with the cigarellos, I always just crack it. Let me think. Now, sometimes when I'm balling out of control and I got my weed roller on deck, like my homie who rolls my weed and shit. He's like the Tony Yayo to my 50 Cent. He's like my Tony Yayo. When I got my guy on deck, when I got my bro on deck and he's rolling up for me, sometimes I'll be like, yo, bro, can you do that thing where you just basically, he'll take the blunt and he'll get all the guts out of the blunt, but he'll still have the blunt full up, and then he'll just stuff the blunt with weed. So it's crazy because it makes for the biggest blunt you ever get to smoke out of these cigarellos. Save it for another night. Godfathers? Oh, that's what you call a godfather? Damn, I never really thought about that. I never really thought about that. That's the godfather, though, huh? When you do that. Because my man AG, who I had on the show a few nights ago, we did the UWAP. You know what I mean? We actually did the UWAP where you connect two blunts. We did the UWAP where you actually connect two blunts. But I forgot that term, the godfather. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that term, the godfather. Damn. What'd you do this weekend? You did a UWAP this weekend or a godfather? Oh shit, what you got over there? Trench, cigarello, that's what I'm rolling up right now. I got some white slushy the Backpack Boys have the dopest shit. They did a collaboration. No. I think that was the Jungle Boys who did a collaboration with hold on, you guys. I gotta go grab some more weed. The Jungle Boys did a collaboration with Mike Tyson, not the Backpack Boys, right? Oh shit. All right. I see it. My man Steve Drive in the building. We started out talking about that. We'll get into that in just a second, Steve. 2 blunts, my sister and I. Yeah, I picked up some runts today. If y'all want to check out the percentage on it. Yeah, I got a few of these. I got a few of these. I got a few, you guys. I just got a few. Got another one. Always good to. Runts is the best strain. Runts is the best strain, you guys. Right now, at least to me. Let's see what we got here. I don't need that much actually. What am I thinking? Appreciate everybody for tapping in on this live video tonight. You know who I am. I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. Wack 100 was going back in on Jim Jones again. Why? I don't really know. I guess it's well, I mean, shit. Anytime a conversation is brought to the table on Clubhouse, they're pretty much going to answer it. I've pretty much discovered that. You know, it's really in the way that the question is actually presented. Like the way that Wack 100 was presented, like, yo, Wack, I've actually got the audio here of Jim Jones responding to what you said on Angie Martinez. So Wack 100 sits there and he listens to the audio, you guys, and then he responds to the audio. Like it's a pretty decent concept that they got going on over there. I can't front. You know what I mean? They've got a great concept going on. It's an open format where you can really get all the questions answered. I remember I went on the Clubhouse. I brought a couple questions to the attention of Mace, and Mace was running away from each one of the questions that I asked him. It was kind of odd to me. It made me look at Mace in a whole nother way. Mace was like, "Well, Mikey, this isn't what we're supposed to be talking about here on Club. I thought Clubhouse is a space where you come and you can ask questions." I guess I was mistaken about what the platform actually is. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, what's everybody smoking? Put those strains you're smoking in the chat, you guys. Let me know what you're smoking, y'all. I want to know what everybody's smoking, man. You need a bud distribution sponsor, dude. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I need a PR. I need a agent. I need somebody to handle all that for me. Soon it'll come. You know what I mean? Soon it'll come. Right now, I just want to hit him with the consistency. I want to show him the drive that we got. I want to see him that. I want to show him the power I can have on this channel. LA Confidential was cool. Put that in here, dude. Put that info in here, dude, so I can pin it up and read it, bro. Trench Baby says Skywalker is my favorite of all time. Skywalker, I remember I got that in Miami, actually, 250 a half ounce, but I'm talking back in like 2012. That's when I remember getting Skywalker. That was the most fire. That shit was fire. That's right. We need Burner to set us up, make this the official cookies. You know what I mean? We need that cookie sponsor from Burner. You heard what I'm saying, dude? We need that cookie sponsor from Burner. Tropical. Skillotti? That sounds about right. Tropical Skillotti. I think I'm saying that right. Smoking Marathon OG. Smoking Marathon OG. Yo, this shit's about to hit right. This shit's about to hit right. You know what I'm saying? Italian Ice. Yo, if y'all want me to go live tomorrow night, hit the like button right now. Hit the like button right now. I got 73 likes. If we get that shit up to 90 right now, if you want me to go live tomorrow night. Skywalker, baby. Skywalker, baby. I'm just going to say it one more time. If you guys want me to go live tomorrow night, hit the like button right now and let's get this shit to 90 likes right now if you want me to go live tomorrow. Strawberry banana, baby. Strawberry banana, good strain. Italian Ice, I never heard of it. I never heard of the Italian Ice. Yep. So Panda sold 10 million by itself as a single. No other real information to report other than pretty much, what's the standard knowledge of Panda right now that it actually sold 10 million? Yeah, there we go. There we go, baby. Yeah. Russian cream. All right. Let me open it up to the chat. We always do open questions. I always give everyone in the chat an opportunity, everyone watching an opportunity to ask any type of open questions that they want to ask. If anybody has anything that they want to add to the conversation, this is your opportunity right now. All right, looks like we only got 78 likes in there. I'll put out a couple videos on YouTube tomorrow then. Actually, I do know the exact video. I do know the exact video that I'm going to put out tomorrow. Lee Murray, no kids. I got no kids. That's a little personal, man. It's a little personal though, man. You know what I mean? You could at least send in a super chat to ask that one. I don't think we really need to get into the personal questions. Question from Alicia. She says, "What was your reason for starting your channel?" Well, I mean, back in the day, I started my channel. I was doing a bunch of interviews. It was kind of the thing. So at first, when I first uploaded to YouTube, I actually had to convert a tape onto YouTube. So it was pretty crazy. I had to actually convert tape onto YouTube. But it was pretty much just going to be like the home for my content. It was going to be pretty much. No, I know, Lee. It's all love too, bro. That's why I answered you, man. Because I know everybody in the chat be showing love and shit. So my reason for starting the channel is because like this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to put my, material in a database, where it will be around forever and shit like that. So pretty much if you just type in anything like Mikey T the movie star and Lil Wayne, Mikey T the movie star and Jim Jones, Mikey T the movie star and Little Dirk, any Mikey T the movie star and Rick Ross, any of these things will pop up. Mikey T the movie star in French Montana, Mikey T, any of these things, you know what I'm saying? So it's like really I just wanted to put all of my material on a database so it would be there forever. Now I've got shit with practically everybody in the game, and now I've taken it to this level of actually giving my take, my perspective on the news. You know, you had to move on, or not move on, but really just like translate, you know what I mean, into what I'm doing now. And it kind of worked, you know what I mean? It worked out really well in my opinion. Um Nah, you don't always have to send a super chat. Hell no, you don't always have to send a super chat. Matter of fact, Iceberg, welcome Alicia to the family. She's official moderator status now. Well, Alicia, for a question like that, Alicia, Jesus, but I like it. Now you already sent in a $50 super chat, so you can definitely get the top 10 hip hop artist question right there. We'll get to that in just a second, though. Whip Wop says, do you think Jewels is like a designer because they had their run, but they can't get right? Nah, Jewels actually had 2 albums. You know what I mean? Jewels actually had 2 albums plus multiple different singles. He actually made his name on no, or was it? What was it, guys? Was it Joel's Santana that featured Chris Brown, or was it Joel's that featured on a Chris Brown song, or was it both? You know what I mean? Joel's had records, you know what I'm saying? He had singles on his own. He had singles with R&B singers. He had a whole collaboration with Lil Wayne that the world had speculated on. So you really can't put him in that same category. Designer is in a category of a guy who sold 10 million records one time. A lot of one-hit wonders don't even get that lucky. You know what I mean? Realistically, a lot of one-hit wonders, though their one hit will sell two, three. You know what I mean? Designer sold 3, 4 times that amount. Rock Dunn said, "Who is your favorite rapper? Who is your favorite rapper?" Oh man. Oh shit. Put me on the spot. Who is my favorite rapper? My favorite rapper would probably be Power of the Dollar Era 50 Cent. That's probably my favorite rap music. Um, uh, uh, get uh, Get Free or Die Trying, Dead Prez. That era of Dead Prez is like my favorite type shit. Um, uh, I got a couple different, you know what I mean, answers for that, you know what I mean? Because I like the era of the rappers, you know what I mean? That when they were in their prime and shit like that. I kind of like the Power of the Dollar 50 more than the Get Rich 50. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my personal opinion. Uh shit. Uh Favorite artist in the game. There's a lot of different answers for that for different reasons, but sometimes some of the artists just don't have enough material to justify it. Like when you're talking about like a Big L, you know what I mean? I would have liked to have seen so much more for Big L's career. Like I would have liked to have seen if he was going to transition into Rockefeller, just like Mace had gone on with Bad Boy. I would have loved to have seen where it went. Um, I got people like Jay-Z and DMX. But we'll get to that in a second. I got a top list coming up right here. We got the top 10 list right here. Top 10 list of all time. Top 10 list of now. All right, so we're going to go top 10 list of now. Damn, that one's hard right there because I got to put AR Rab on my list. But I'm going to go Max B. Uh Rick Ross, show love to Rose. Max B, Rick Ross, AR Rab, Young Thug. We can't say 50 Cent now because I'm not feeling 50's music now whatsoever. 5, Lil Durk, Yo Gotti. Can I say Gucci Man? Pooh Shiesty's locked up, but I can't really put Pooh Shiesty on the list. Can't really put Pooh Shiesty on the list. We're not really. This isn't the old list. This is like the new list. You know, and French Montana. French Montana after Gucci, maybe before Gucci. You might have to switch that one up right there. It's all good. We're at the end of the show, so it's all good anyways. But top list of all time would be well, not probably, would definitely be Pac, Big, J, M, 50, Nas, Lil Wayne, Jadakiss. This is where my list kind of always gets a little bit jumbled because you go like Jada, you want to get in your Outcast, you want to get in your, you know what I mean? You want to get in Mob Deep, you know what I mean? You want to get a couple different, you want to get your Snoop Dogg in there, you know what I'm saying? You want to get in the, so I think Snoop Dogg comes a little bit earlier, actually. I think Snoop Dogg would probably come after Lil Wayne or right before Lil Wayne. I decided to move fifth. Yeah, 50's number 5. Could give that spot to Nas. You could give that spot to Nas, but you know what I mean? You really could. But I judge my top list. Like, why do I put Jay-Z above Eminem when, Eminem has had a few more albums that have actually sold higher numbers than Jay's? I put Jay above M on the list because Jay-Z came out, he was running Def Jam, he had Rockefeller Records, his record label did its damn thing. You know what I mean? So, shit, hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. I just totally messed up my list. It's Pac, Big, J, Pac, Big, J, M, DMX, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Jadakiss, and I think I always give it to Outkast at the end. 10, Outkast. How I miss DMX. Sometimes did I not put Nas in there this time? Yeah, you got to get Jada in there. You know what I mean? But me, I'm the guy that puts Jada. Yeah, Mobb Deep for sure. But I'm the guy who puts Jada over Fab, even though Fab has had more albums than Jada. You know what I mean? I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how I rate it. I'm more of a Jada guy than a Fab guy at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Alicia says, when M washed Jay on Renegade and he admitted it, my list changed. Yeah, I put Jay above M strictly because of his record label association, strictly because of his business moves that he's made in the game. The guy's a billionaire now at this point. So that's how I figure some things into my top time of all lists. Why I put Pac above Big is because the amount of material. Why I put Big above J and M and X and 50 is the flow. The way Biggie's voice sounded on tracks. You know what I mean? Biggie was the ultimate genius. If we're talking about guys who were going to create labels and have their hands in so many different pockets, you know what I mean? Have their hands in so many different, titles and shit like that. Big was going to create so many different artists. He was really on to some shit. He was about to rock with the whole Dipset, Cameron and all them. He was about to be rocking with Kim, and he was about to put all these female artists on. He was about to put Charlie Baltimore on and shit. He's about to have a whole crop of female artists. You know what I'm saying? He was about to create Biggie's Angels or some shit. What about Scarface? M did body Jay-Z on that track. Yeah, I actually did an interview with Royce the 5'9", and he actually explained jumping on that track. Royce the 5'9" explained how they recorded the track. Eminem had to take him off the track, and then they sent it over to Jay-Z. Whip, appreciate you for tapping in. I hope you're subscribed to this channel, bro. If you're not subscribed to this channel, hell, if anybody in here right now is not subscribed to this channel, you're missing out. But you probably know that after being involved in this conversation tonight. You want to have a live interactive experience like this again, make sure y'all tune in the next time you see me going live. Damn. Lee Murray said, M rode that Renegade track like a 78 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Okay, Lee. All right, man. Hitting us with that shit, man. Appreciate that, man. If anybody has any last questions, if anybody has any last questions for the show, I always take questions from the audience. You know what I mean? Everybody's supporting when you guys sit here through the hip hop news, you add in your take. So at the end of my shows on the outro, we always have an intro. We always have our, you know what I mean, beginning, middle, and end. And then we always have the outro, you guys, the conclusion. And this is your time. If anybody wants to actually, you know what I mean? If anybody wants to actually ask any questions and shit like that, the floor is yours. Hell yeah, loving this channel, Bud and hip hop. Yeah, yeah. I actually did 420 shows 2 years in a row. Funny enough, I didn't even plan on it this year. Last year we actually planned on a 420 show. We actually planned on a 420 show last year, but we this year I did not plan on it, and the show went crazy, you guys. The show actually went crazy on 420. Oh shit. You know what that means? When you get a super chat, you know what that means. When we get a super chat, you know what that means. That means the video keeps going, you guys. The video keeps going when you get a super chat, baby. So let me see. What did Alicia ask here? She said, where do you see your channel heading? Well, I'm on here doing my thing, creating myself as a personality in the culture. So I see myself going far in this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking this shit far. I want a network to get behind me. I want a network to jump behind me, or I guess some sort of an investor. And from that point, we're just going to take over the whole community. I mean, we've seen literally what Gilly and Wallow were on there talking with Dave about on Barstool Sports yesterday, and the network that they've created. We've heard Joe Budden talk about the biggest guys doing it, from him to Nori. Look at what Nori's done, taking his live show, his live podcast, and turned it into a television show on the Revolt Network. That's what I see for myself. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see for myself coming in. Last night we actually did a live interview on the show. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. That's why I've been actually, doing different show ideas between live interviews, watch alongs from my past interviews, and just live news updates. You got to have different content, you know what I mean, to keep people interested. Last week was pretty much Hassan Campbell dissing or exposing Wack 100 week, and we capped it off with 10 Toes Down, which was pretty amazing, man. So I look forward to see what this week holds, every week holds in reality, man. Because what we're gonna do, what we're really gonna do, Alicia, is just continue to have a presence here on YouTube. Did Cam say anything about Jim's allegations? Actually, haven't heard anything about what Cam has said, but Alicia, I appreciate that $5 super chat as well. We're going to the top. Great platform, Mikey T. Sky's the limit. 100% facts. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep some of my raw and uncut thoughts to myself. You know what I'm saying? But when that platform comes and they put me on the XM radio, and they put my podcast gets put together and all that, at that point, then all there's nothing that's off limits. Everything is on the table. All conversation is on the table. Plus, when I get that deal, when I get my situation, when I get my podcast, or when I get my show finalized, imagine all the special guests that I'm going to be able to reach out to. I can't even ask you to imagine the special guests I would reach out to, man. It's going to be a spectacle, man. There's going to be actors, artists, professionals, athletes, every different type of thing on my show, man. It's all about the interest factor. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight, Rock. Ooh. Well, appreciate you, Alicia. Very good question about the other content creators. DB Chef, what's up? Oh, yeah. Sky is not the limit. We got the metaverse. You know what I mean? Because if we were on the metaverse, we could all literally just live next to each other. You know what I mean? Y'all could pop in at my crib at the metaverse. We could smoke some big ass blunts and shit at my crib in the metaverse. So I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you guys want a Mikey T metaverse? Do you guys want a Mikey T metaverse? It'll be just like people buying property right by Snoop Dogg. I think we just found out. I think we just found out the big bag that's coming. It's gonna be that metaverse bag, baby. Alicia, it's a topic for another day. It's really a topic for another day. What up, Buffalo's Daquan? What up, man? Appreciate you for tapping in again on the live. You're that guy. You are that guy. Let me see. Anybody on here that's not following me? My bad. My God, that runs. You already know, Lee. I appreciate you for tapping in, bro. That's love, man. You, I thought you didn't mess with the Dutch. I thought you didn't mess with the Dutch, bro. Hell no. Get out of here. I ain't wasting that. No, you don't want a Mikey T metaverse. I know it was Iceberg who said no. Iceberg doesn't want a Mikey T metaverse. What do you mean? Iceberg, your crib would be right there. You know what I mean? You'd have a crib right there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the hell I would. You're hilarious. But yo, follow me on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on the gram, everybody on here, follow me for a follow back. So whoever follows me on Instagram, I'm going to follow you guys back immediately. Right now, let me see if my phone died. No, my phone did not die. What the hell? All types of shit be going crazy on here. Crazy. All right, I'm following you all back. Executive, I got you. Alicia, I got you. Whoever follows me right now, I'm gonna follow y'all back. We need that Mikey T pack. Yeah, we're gonna have some Mikey T pack as soon as we actually, yeah, my boy actually, yeah. Facts. We going. We ain't stopping. There ain't no stopping my brand. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that they had that many ads, dude. That's what's up. I don't post shit though. Oh, damn. All right. So you're saying I should just unfollow? I could do that. I like to keep my followers down. I'm just fine. We'll see about that. I've been thinking about doing a sweatshirt or something like that. I've been thinking about doing a sweatshirt or something like that. I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna get something for sure very soon for myself though, so y'all can see what I'm working with. Oh, Lee says I haven't seen any ads though. Yeah, I don't know why they would be during a live video, but I'm not the, you know what I mean? I'm not like the computer guy. I'm the guy who knows about hip hop. Not really like the computer guy like that. Following on Insta, I got you, bro. Whoever follows me, I'm gonna follow back. Hit that follow on Instagram, and I'm gonna follow you guys back immediately. It's been a dope live video, you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on the next one. So, like I said, follow me on Instagram for a follow back, but also make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, you guys, so you never miss my live videos. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let me make sure, let me end this poll here about the metaverse. Looks like a few people want me to create a metaverse. That would be cool if we all could be in tune with each other on like a daily basis or something like that in the metaverse. I guess you would log on to your phone and I would have a pop-up like, yo, we having a blunt party at my crib or something. I'm not really too sure how it would work though. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out so we all could vibe together though. You know what I mean? Might have to be something different, maybe something different. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. All right, Alicia, have a good night. Rock done. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. Everybody, Lee, enjoy your night. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Another live episode. And I'll see y'all on the next one, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. It's been a live video, y'all. Make sure you guys tap in for the next episode. I'm going to be dropping some crazy interviews tomorrow. Some crazy shit is dropping on the page. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys. Major salute. Peace out.